I think what the boxing world is trying to tell you guys is that purely boxing driven events don't make money. And they might be right. They're kind of right. Especially when you talk about getting a fight with somebody like Tank. They got Tank on a program, and you can't knock their program. You can't deny their program. You can't say it's not good, because the bottom line gets reached every time. And the bottom line is those residuals. You know what I'm saying? And that's that dollar. And they've done a good job with Tank. How they got there can be argued, but they put him there, and he is there, and he's at the helm of the sport, and there's no denying that. So to get a fight with him, to ask for the Shakur Stevensons and the Devin Haney, in all reality, they're not big enough to move what Tank and his team is doing. They're not big enough, and that's why I said that whole Rolly Romero stuff was a mistake, but it was genius. But it showed them that they don't have to go that route. They're making just as big as money not taking that risk. You got to read in between the lines. Okay? They're making just as great money not taking those risks. And they can ride this out longer, and they can keep building his star power off of that. If you want to step in and get a piece of that, you're going to have to come with a big piece of the table. A big piece of the table. If you can't, then they're not entertaining you. They'll just tease it back and forth, but they'll let these guys go about however they're going to go about it. But Tank, you almost can't step in his realm. You know, of course we want to see him fight this, that, and the third and all this stuff, but they have shown us that they ain't got to listen to us. And this is the thing. For boxing matches right now to be successful, it can't be solely driven by boxing fans' interest. It has to have a large majority of casual interest. This is why they have to tie different elements into boxing, like flag and race and Puerto Rican against Mexican, black against brown. This is why they gotta tie themselves to those things, because they need more elements to draw in interest. This is all about drawing in interest. That's why Gervonta Davis has fought nothing but Latino fighters, because it's a guaranteed interest in it, because a built-in rivalry, which I always say is one-sided, because if the other side don't even know it exists, and it's a rivalry like you fighting all by yourself. But nonetheless, it produces revenue. So that's why he's always going to be tamed with the Latin fighters and stuff like that, because it has to be more. For him to lock horns with somebody like a Devin Haney and a Shakur Stevenson and stuff like that, it's going to take damn near an act of God. You know, and I don't think they don't have the time to rise to the day. If they're not there now, they're nowhere near close. You can't get to the star power that you need to be to negotiate with Gervonta Tank Davis and his team. That's the truth of the reality. He's pretty much on that side of the pond. He's at the top of the hill. That's why I say for Shakur Stevenson to turn down an opportunity at getting a chance at all those belts and become an undisputed, I wouldn't have did that, because we already know how hard it is for Shakur Stevenson to get a shot naturally as it is. It's going to take a situation like that for him to get the jump that he needs in his career. So when he didn't take that, and I was going to say this for another video, when is he going to get that kind of opportunity again, where he can barely get the opportunities that he needs to get him in a position to get the fights that he wants? He's going to have to be taken advantage of. Haney did it. So at least Haney's pushing towards that, and he's doing it in his own little way. You know what I'm saying? And even if it is copying off Tank, because, it's obvious that Devin copies off Tank. But whatever he got to do to get the attention to match that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it. That's personally, that's personal on him. But to me, it seems like, is this what people like? Is this what people are attracted to? At least it seemed like to me he trying. Nonetheless, both on the outside and inside the ring. He trying. But even he is not gonna get close. Like I say, it's gonna take something big, but Tank is in his own world. And like I said, I just accepted the shit the same way people have to accept that Canelo has been in his own world for quite some time. The machine behind it is just too big. And that's where I stopped getting attached to boxing like that. I mean, people are already over emotional, but I really I look at boxing very lightly now. I expect that there's going to be some calamity, some mess up, something's going to make me upset or something like that. So I just take it like it's like a Jerry Springer show, and if you're lucky, you'll get a fight. That's exactly how I look at it. Anyways, that's my thoughts on this. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.